Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here. We're back for some more of the Paper Mario and the 1000-Year Door on the Nintendo Switch, and if you did miss out during the last one, well, we want to continue throughout here in the Palace of Shadows, and we're still going to have to do that in this set episode for today, because we are not done just yet within the Palace of Shadows. There is a whole bunch of other different things now we need to go and get done. Now, however, we already went and taken care of the first of many of these said bosses here. We had to go about with the Dark Bones, some sort of bluish, blackish type of dry bones that was around over here, and he wasn't all that too entirely bad. He only had like around like roughly like 20 HP, but you also have to be a little bit careful because he does have to resurrect some of the other different dry bone buddies of his if you let him kind of sit around for too long. But now we are getting ourselves a little bit closer to our time of us having to battle out with Gloomtail here, but there is going to be some new enemies to actually be able to meet up with here before we go and have to see what Gloomtail is going to be all about. And now the one thing that, since we do have the Feeling Fine badge on us at this right now, is that we want to make sure that we do not get anything poison or confused related around within our time for right now. Because at some point we are going to be meeting up with a new said enemy that is going to be trying to cause out with some sort of said confusion. And you don't really want to be having that during your time of us heading to, well, basically inside the actual said Palace of Shadow, because if you do have quite a bit of healing items like us right now, we don't really want to have to go and waste all of that while we have to like go and do some sort of random type of hit on ourselves and injure us even more just from some sort of ridiculous confusion. But yes, these are going to be the Chain Shop here as well. This is also a new set type of enemy if you do want to go and meet up with that as well too. And however, we went and added him into our time of the bestiary book there. And I want to say at this point now, with the other said Shade Shot that was also here, this is where we're going to be able to get ourselves now with a level up and be able to make that FP of us having from 45 all the way up now to 50 here. So that is going to be really nice. And that's all good. And at least a good thing as well too is that with us having some of these different type of badges here, such as with the example of those Feeling Fine badges, which that basically took like 8 of the different type of badge points that we have, we still have that charge badge that's still attached on over to us, because we want to make sure that we have that charge badge there, because that's going to be very detrimental if you don't have that with you for the Gloomtail fight, because this guy is going to be all the way up at like 80 HP. That's pretty big if I have to say so myself. If you guys remember back in the randomizer, we had a randomizer type of HP bar, which this Gloomtail was actually at a pretty high number. I think he was all the way up at like 360 or something like odd like HP, which that was like ridiculous. That was like the most like craziest one that I had to go through. But I still, however, I think went and taken him on, right? I don't think we actually got ourselves a game over by that. I could be wrong, but you guys can go and relook back at it yourself. The randomizer is still up. So yeah, we got ourselves with one of these things known as the Dark Wizard. These guys like to basically cast confusion around, and they also kind of like to become the chemic out here as well, while trying to basically try to manipulate you on trying to think like which type of one is the real one. But however, we do have with Vivian, of course, within the burn damage that did happen throughout this battle, so it's all good. Now we have, with the Dark Wizard finally added on into our book from the help of Goombella. Alright, and now it's onwards to keep on heading down a little bit more. Yeah, you don't have to see all the different type of rooms that is going on. There is a save block that is just right before Gloomtail, and this is the brother. We just went about it with Hooktail, which that was the sister. And it seems like Gloomtail already knows about the situation with Hooktail from before, so. And we're going to be seeing why that Gloomtail is going to be a little bit more powerful than what the sister was all about from before. And by the way, if you guys are curious, or if this is your first time playing throughout the 1000-Year Door, and if you're going to probably be thinking that this guy is going to have any other type of like weakness to any type of badges or anything, or even any of those FX badges, that is not going to happen. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no weakness to this guy. It's just that you kind of have to just try to figure out how exactly you're going to be able to take down most of his different HP as he goes down throughout here. So first things first is that we're going to have to get ourselves out here with Goobella. To have to go and do a little bit of tattle just to make sure exactly what we're getting ourselves involved with here. And this is where those Feeling 5 badges is going to help out big time as well within this said battle. And try to make sure that you at least have quite a bit of special type of points as well for your crystal stars, because you're going to be potentially needing the power lift out here, because the power lift is a very big detrimental type of thing that will help you out majority of the time throughout here. So yeah, we're going to charge up ourselves up first, and then we're going to have to switch around with our partners here, bring out with, I want to say, at least somewhat around with Vivian, just so that we can at least get some sort of burn damage off. So any type of regular attack that you're going to have to go and do is not going to do a whole heck of a lot to Hooktail. So you have to actually go and power up within the said battle, because if you just do your regular attack, it's just going to be doing only like one type of hit point, and that's not all that too great. Now I do have to say, I did get pretty much an excellent here, just with the way of us just grinding all the way up to the top. And if you guys remember, we did go and get some of those Zest Dynamite items that we went and picked up from before. This is going to be the first time that you guys will be able to go and see these said Zest Dynamite get used within the time of the said battle. So let's go start for our Fiery Jigs, or we'll maybe do something else, depending on what we're going to do. Okay, so no Fiery Jigs, not yet though. So it looks like we're going to have to use a charge here instead. There we go, so we're not poisoned, so that's good. We are basically immune. Okay, so let's go for a spin jump here. Let's go and see how much damage that we got. Nice, 10 damage right off the get-go. Nice, it all thanks to the fire. That kind of added a little bit more damage there. Yeah, unfortunately with his attacks, is a little bit strong. So I don't know, we may probably have to go for a super shroom, or we're going to have to probably hold off to something later. But it looks like we're going to have to set up for that super shroom anyways. Ouch. Well, we still have enough of our powerlifting powers here, so we still have that for a little bit. So let's go for another one of these spin jumps. Probably it's not going to do a whole heck of a lot now. Well, it did around 11 compared to 17, but at least that's something. So we brought him down all the way over to 48. We should probably go for our Fiery Jigs here at this moment. And now this is where we should be able to at least get the fire damage, right? Oh, maybe not. Okay. So no Fiery Jigs yet, but it will happen soon. I don't know why I'm thinking that we're going to do it right away, but there we go. At least we went and dodged that at the moment, because that's always good to see. Alright, so now, wow, we are very lucky with that. I thought we were going to at least get ourselves hit with all of those. But that's all good. We're going to now throw down our Zest Dynamite here. And there we go. Now we got it. And then here we go. Now we can line up with the Fiery Jigs. I got myself a little bit too carried away there, but there we go. And just like that, we got him. We got him burned now. And after a little bit of some time throughout here in this said fight, well, let's go and finally do this. Let's go and bring him down with another one of these Fiery Jigs. And that should at least cause the damage to at least be able to get all the way over to that 7. So just like that, we're going to be able to now go and take care of Gloomtail, and now he is done. Which, by this point in time now, with Gloomtail being finished, we should be able to go and get ourselves with a special chest from him, which that will give us some sort of special star situation here. So we'll have to see what that is going to be all about. So we'll have to go and check that there. And I think this star is actually used within the well, within that hub area that we went to the first time around, after the point that we went through the halfway margin of the said Palace of Shadows. So this will have to get used later on. Afterwards, we have to be able to see the Duplists and the Cyrus sisters. But anyway, see you guys in the next one, and of course, peace.